What if I told you that everything you think about success isn't actually yours, right? That the definition of success was planted on you, not chosen by you. Even for myself, right? At age 25, I was running a sales team of 80 people. I was making over $900,000 a year, and I was completely empty, completely miserable, and didn't really have too much in my life going on other than the fact that I was financially successful, right? And that's when I realized success isn't about achieving more. It's about choosing better, right? And that's what I'm here to share, right? So I am Dalton Morrow, and I am done living a life that only looks successful from the outside, right? And something that many of us can probably at least connect with the idea of, right? Like in a social media, internet culture, a lot of stuff going on. Not sure what's real, what's not, but it is tainting our idea of success. It's telling us what to think, right? Now, who am I? I've been an athlete. I've been a business owner. I've been an artist, a salesperson, a world traveler, a partner, a brother, an investor. And the times when I have felt the most alive or the most fulfilled or even felt the most successful, so to speak, right? Was not when I was focusing on being exceptional at only one of these things. It's when I was actually doing all of them at once intentionally, right? I was focused on balancing and becoming exceptional at every single area of my life instead of just business, right? And in doing so, through this experience, I developed this idea. It's called HyperBalance, right? It's not work-life balance. That's weak, right? It's not about being mediocre in some areas to balance some sort of mediocrity in another area. It's about being exceptional in every single area of your life without burning out, without selling out, and without numbing out. And this channel is going to be an experiment in building that kind of life. I do not want to only talk, I want to show you. These are things that I practice on a daily basis, every single day, and I've had extreme success with, right? And in turn, I'm feeling compelled to share that with the world, okay? So, what's the problem, right? Most people are living by a script that they didn't write. We're not actually thinking thoughts that are original. We are being told what to think, we are being told what to do, and we are, kind of just mindlessly following in a lot of points, right? Until you kind of wake up and you have this little deeper thought process or a little bit of awakening in your consciousness that, at least poses a question mark and be like, is this really what I want? Because if it was, why don't I feel so great, right? We chase money, we chase hustle culture, we chase status, not because we want to, but because we never took the time to ask, what do I actually want? What do I want out of my life? What does success look like to me? Not what does it look like to others, not what was I told success is, what would actually make me feel successful, would actually make me feel fulfilled, right? We mistake productivity for progress. We mistake sacrifice for discipline. We mistake wealth for fulfillment. You see where I'm going here, right? But what if you did not have to choose? I'm not here to tell you that you need to choose one or the other, or that trying to make a lot of money is a bad thing. I love money. I want that for everybody, right? The idea is that we can do all these things at once. So the HyperBalance framework is simple. It's not, 20 steps to success, do all these things, and then you're gonna feel it. It's a couple easy steps. Number one is getting clear on what matters to you, okay? I right now use a whiteboard, right? To get clear. Life is made up of certain pillars, right? Every single one of us are going to have certain pillars that are unique to life. For the most part, there will be some similarities, right? But then there will obviously be some outliers just because you and I, we're different, right? These are going to change depending on the season of life that you're in, just as they change depending on the season of life that I'm in, right? And right now, let me come over here. Let me show you my whiteboard. It's super cool, right? I got like 10 or 12 little areas that I'm focused on. But I am focused at the moment on balance. It's going to be the big word of the day. You're going to hear me talk a lot about it, right? Health and wellness, love and joy, relationships, whether it's romantic, whether it's friendships, whether it's your friends, your families, whether it's your business relationships, right? Relationships are going to be a huge part of our experience. We're human beings. We cannot survive without them, right? Abundance, right? Focusing on abundance for me is huge. You know, the letting go of the fear of lack or that there's not enough to go around. That's a big one, right? I'm sure a lot of us can relate to that. Being exceptional, not everyone might have a desire to be exceptional. Again, that's a pillar for me. Doesn't need to be one for you, right? But I want to be exceptional and not just in one manner, in all of them, right? Creativity is another one for me. If you haven't seen by the paintings around my room here, I am not happy unless I am creating. It's something that I've found to be personal to me, and I've worked that into my life because I could be making all the money in the world. If I'm not being creative, I don't feel good, right? It's about finding peace, focusing on spirituality, focusing on freedom, and focusing on discipline, right? And again, the definition of these things is going to be different depending on who you are, right? This is not a one size fits all. This is about giving you a framework, a guide to you then creating your own ideal life, right? But for the sake of making things simple, because I know I just talked about a lot of different concepts, we can simplify it. We can boil it down to 4 main pillars of life, right? There's health, there's wealth, there's relationship, and then there's fulfillment, right? If one breaks, the rest will eventually follow, right? If you don't focus on your health, no matter how much money you have, you're not going to be able to enjoy it. If you don't focus on your relationships, no matter how much money you have, you're not going to be able to enjoy it. Vice versa. If you allow your relationships to take over your life, you're not taking care of your health, you're not around to enjoy your relationships. If your relationships take over your ability to work and make money, you're going to resent your relationships. You see, it's all going to bleed into each other. Everything's interconnected. There's not separation. There's not walls in between these things. They are very integrated, right? They're very dynamic. If one breaks, the rest will eventually follow, right? So step 1, get clear. Write it down in a journal, on a whiteboard. If you don't have a whiteboard, I highly recommend it. I love my whiteboard. Now, step 2, reflect. See, not too hard. Get clear, reflect, okay? Take time every day to think without distractions, okay? Key word there, no distractions, no podcasts, no phone, just thinking. If you wanna pull out a journal, write down your thoughts, but it's about taking time to see what comes out of you, to let your inner voice speak, right? A lot of us, when we do feel lost or unhappy in life, we know the truth. We know what's wrong. Sometimes it's very hard to admit because we like to distract ourselves from the truth, right? I feel bad, so I'm gonna go on Instagram, right? I feel bad, so I'm gonna go watch Netflix. We run away from the problem, right? It's about taking time every day to just think. And when things come up out of you, your fears, your successes, your desires, things that make you feel good, things that make you feel bad, does not need to be anything specific, right? Write them down. Take time to consider them. What is this telling me about my life? What is it telling me that's missing about my life? What is it telling me about myself? Learn to think on a deeper level, right? And these things will take time to build. It is a skill, right? But I know that people are not doing this because I'm fortunate enough to have friends and family and acquaintances in my life that respect my opinion. They ask me questions. They ask me what I think. And a common answer or a common theme is that they feel fear about being alone with themselves. I love it. I can sit by myself on my couch with nothing for 2 to 3 hours. Like, just let my brain go, right? Most people never reflect, so they can't redirect, and they end up successful at the wrong things, right? It's about making one bad decision after the next, that after the next, that after the next, and then all of a sudden you're so far off course, right, that you don't know who you are, why you're there, or what you want out of life, right? Which is, again, that's what I did at the age of 26, had my little meltdown, but that's how I got here, right? So step 2, reflect. Whether it's 20, 30 minutes, take time every day to be alone, right? And act from alignment. That's step 3, right? Tres. Every day, ask yourself, did I touch all 4? Did I move my body, right? Health, yoga, workout, go for a walk, go for a run, go for a hike, go outside and see the sun, like the novel idea. We don't go outside anymore, right? What did I do that actively and intentionally contributed positively towards my health and my wellness, right? Did I build or protect my income? Right? Did I learn about investing? Did I invest something? Did I work today? Did I make money? Did I spend more than went out? And again, each day there's going to be good days and bad days, but it's about being conscious, right? It's about catching ourselves in the act. And if you realize, hey, today, maybe I shouldn't have spent all my money at Abercrombie on those cool new clothes, right? We've all been there, right? But it's about being conscious so you don't continue to work or walk down the same exact path, right? Reflecting on these things. Did I pour into a relationship? Did I call my mom? Did I call my sister? Did I tell my girlfriend that I loved her? Did I show my girlfriend that I loved her, right? Relationships. Did I create? Did I learn? Or did I do something just for me? That is fulfillment. Most of us have some sort of a dream, whether or not we want to admit it. Whether you want to be an actor, a YouTuber, a bodybuilder, an athlete, whatever that may be, most of us have something that we're afraid to pursue. This is your hobby, right? Most of us don't know what a hobby is. We don't know how to find one, right? But think about it. If I could pick one thing, let's say I want to be an actor. Great. Take improv acting courses. Go on YouTube and watch a podcast on acting tech. I don't want to be an actor, but I'm just giving you examples, right? No, the internet is an amazing tool, right? It takes watching one video a day, it takes working out for 30 minutes, it takes drawing a picture, it takes writing a poem, whatever that may be. It's not about setting aside big, massive times out of our day to pursue these things. It's about finding ways to break it down and do just a little bit every single day, which then compounds to a much larger result, right? Which again, in the act of doing these things, we feel fulfilled because now we're living our ideal lives, right? But we are then taking steps to shape our ideal lives as well, right? It's not about, again, trying to achieve or rush towards some goal, some destination, because I promise you, when you arrive there, you're gonna feel empty, right? It's about, what do I need to change now about my life? What things do I need to focus on now that are going to make me feel fulfilled now, but ultimately in the future, increase my level of fulfillment, right? Success is not sacrificing 3 things to grow one, right? It's designing a life where everything grows together. And as a result, I can pretty much guarantee you will grow faster than you ever thought possible, right? You can build muscle and build wealth. You can travel and still scale. You can deepen your relationships and still be disciplined. It's not either or, it's both and that, my friends, is HyperBalance, right? So in conclusion, this channel is not about telling people how to live their lives, right? It's about giving tools, ideas, real examples. It's about being a resource from someone who's actually pursuing these things, someone who's actually walking in it, not just talking it, right? In future videos, I'll dive deeper into each of these 4 pillars. I'm going to show you how I'm actively pursuing these pillars, whether it's workouts, nutrition, business ideas, travel, relationship experiences. Like I want to share it all, right? I want to give people starting points, right? Because again, everyone is unique. It's about figuring out what is right for you. And even though what I'm going to share on this channel, you can copy and duplicate it, copy paste in the beginning, great. But eventually it will grow and start to become your own. But most of us have 0 examples, have 0 role models out there about people pursuing a balanced, exceptional life. Again, balance is not about being mediocre, right? It's about being exceptional and balance, right? So in future ideas, I'm gonna show you how I dive into each of these 4 pillars and show you how I actually integrate them into my life. I'm not just going to be talking into the camera, but I want to live it on camera for you guys. This is an experiment about building a life worth living, and if that resonates, I encourage you to stick around.